Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another Trustless Collectibles gameplay video. I'm Mike, and joining me today is Randall.
Hey guys.
And today we're going to be bringing you a 7 Deadly Sins mirror matchup. I'm going to be using the level 1 Elaine, which also combos with the level 3 Bond on the same climax combo. And then for my level 3 of choice, I'm going to be running the level 3 King.
And I'm going to be running the same level 1 and level 3 double combo package with the Elaine and Bond. But for level 3, instead, I'm going to be running the Meliodas choice combo. So both of us using the level 3 Bond, although not as our main finisher, we will be using these as our main level 3 game plan.
Alright, let's go right into it. Yeah, so this matchup is actually really interesting because our top ends are, they do have a lot of interaction with each other. So do you want to go into that a bit, Randall, before we start?
Yeah, sure. So the Meliodas choice combo that I'm playing at my top end is not really an active finisher combo. Instead, it's a healer, and it's like a really big defensive, kind of almost like anti-fun kind of card, because his interaction with a specific level 2 support Elizabeth makes it so that the opponent cannot use burn auto abilities on any lane that the Meliodas is in. And because Mike's deck utilizes the King finisher, which is a burn auto ability, if I am able to develop a lot of Meliodas onto the field, then I'm going to be able to stop Mike's finisher game plan. And so this matchup has a lot of intricacies on who hits level 3 first, as if I'm able to hit level 3 first, then I can stop his finishers. But if he hits level 3 first, then he's incentivized to use his finishers very early.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing a lot of decisions in this game, most likely, that are going to pertain to whether or not these decisions lead to pushing your opponent to level 3 or keeping them at level 2, so on and so forth. So look forward to that. We're going to go ahead and decide who's going first now.
1, 2, 3. All right,
Okay.
so I will go first. And the level 0 game for 7 Deadly Sins Mirror has a lot of really, really high quality cards, so hopefully we're going to be seeing a lot of those in this level 0 game. And as far as the mulligan goes, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and discard these two.
All right. And I will drop 3 on my end.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to draw for turn. All right, so one big thing about both of our decks is that we are running the Elaine level 1 combo, which is going to require red. And so the reason that I held this in order to clock is so that I can potentially get my red. Drawing 2 cards, we're going to go ahead and lead off with a level 0 Gale Thunder. On play, I reveal the top card of my deck, and if it's a Britannia character, which it is, I can marker it underneath my Gale Thunder. As long as he has a marker, he gains 2,000 power, and he's also a chaser, which means that he can run in front of any of Mike's characters at the start of the opponent's attack phase. So I do not want to leave this in the middle, as the Merlin Brainstorm gives 500 power to center slot. I obviously don't have a Merlin, but Mike might, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Gale Thunder on the side, and we're going to go with a direct attack for 2. Here's the Merlin Brainstorm in question.
And there it is again. 2 sticks, and I draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and clock my level 3 King. Draw 2. And I will go ahead and... Let's see, I do have a number of plays here. Let's see which one is better. I think going with this line of play opens me up to having just more resources later on. So I think I will go ahead and first play the Merlin. And then I will play my level 0 Meliodas on play. If I have another Britannia character, he gets 1,500 and 1 level. Go ahead and play another one.
Oh no.
So the way I'm setting it up here is his Gale Thunder can only run to slots with characters with 2 slots that have characters facing them. So I'm going to play 2 Meliodas here, so that way, either way, he's going to get reversed by one of my Meliodas. And then whenever one of my Meliodas gets a reverse off, I can move one of my characters rested into the back row. So I guarantee to save one of these ones. And that will be it for me. Go ahead into attack.
Okay. I actually think it might have been a mistake to play the Merlin, because that means that this one will run over.
Well, I need to play this first because he doesn't get the power otherwise.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah, so I have to.
Yeah, okay. But this does open up the potential line where this Meliodas does stay in the front row. And actually, you know what you could have done maybe is play them to the sides.
Oh, you know what? That's probably right. Well, Well, I do have a Merlin here, right? So that's going to be 2/5 compared to.
I suppose, but like the thing is that clearing this board means that if I have my own Meliodas clean cut, you leave a body on the board for me to potentially attack.
Right, but that was always going to happen, right? If I played this line play, because I have to play a character first.
Right, but if you do it this way, they're both 3/5, which means that no matter where I run, the one that you attack with will tie, and the other one goes to back row. So
yeah, no, you're right. Okay, let's do that.
Okay,
we learn on this. We learn on this channel.
So in this case, I'm gonna just. There's not really any point in me moving, so we're just gonna chill here.
That is a great point because I do know Randall does run his own Meliodas. So, like Randall said, this is going to be the better option. So, as to leave my board empty for next turn, I will go ahead and direct here for 2.
I will cancel on 2.
And front here with my other Meliodas for 1.
And I will take the 1.
My Meliodas gets reversed, and at the same time, he reverses my opponent. So, I move this one to the back row.
Okay.
And pass 2.
Draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and clock a Meliodas level 3, draw 2 cards. Ooh, some pretty good cards coming out here. And we're going to continue taking it slow, though. The advantage of Gil Thunder is lost, pretty much, if you push your opponent to level 1 and they're able to play level 1s to answer it. So we're just going to take it nice and slow. I'm going to play another copy of the Gil Thunder. Reveal the top card of our deck. Unfortunately, it is a miss. So we're gonna follow it up with just a Merlin level 0 to support our center slot. And then we're going to go ahead and direct for 2 here.
Okay. 1, 2, 2 sticks. Stand and draw.
So even though the Gil Thunder wasn't able to get his power, he is still able to move. So I will be able to play around Mike's clean cut on this turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and clock my level 0 King support. It's not too relevant in this matchup, and I have other cards in the back row I'd rather play. So we'll start with that. Play a Gil Thunder of my own, reveal top. It is a character, so I get to put it underneath and perform a brainstorm. This is essentially a 5-card brainstorm since Gil Thunder took the top card of my deck and put it underneath as a marker. See if we can hit. No hit. Let's see.
Yeah, this pseudo 5-card brainstorm idea is a very common recurring theme for both of our decks.
I think I'm okay with just attacking one more time here. Take it slow like Randall said. So I will go ahead in front.
Okay.
For 2.
I will take the 2. So yeah, this is probably a recurring theme with 7 Deadly Sins mirror matches. Considering how powerful these 2 cards are, you really want to have a good awareness of the board state and what you can leave on the board and how much you can afford to attack. So if you play 7 Deadly Sins mirrors, definitely expect to see some pretty slow level 0 games. I'm going to go ahead and clock a Deanne early play, draw 2 cards. We got some pretty good cards here. But let's see if we can address the Gil Thunder, and it looks like we can, as we do have a Meliodas clean cut. When placed, since I have another Britannia character, he is going to get the plus 1500 power and plus 1 level, which means that with the Merlin boost, which gives 500 to center, he will be 4k, able to match the Gil Thunder. In addition, I am actually going to go ahead and play the King Climax Swapper, and I'm going to use his effect, pay 1, discard a Climax, and I will get the Gate Climax. And the reason I'm doing this is so, just in case these top 2 cards are both Climaxes, I will have the ability to salvage something, go up to 7 hand, and not have to discard a card for hand size. So let's take a look. Just show the camera real quick. And I think I am actually going to put this on top. And I will be taking the Gate Climax here. So I'm going to go ahead and front attack, trigger the Gate, and I'm going to take this copy of a lane, and this is going to be for 1.
Okay. I cancel on 1.
And we tie, and then with my effect, I do have to rest a character, so I'm going to go ahead and rest. And over to you.
Okay. I'll draw for turn, stand my character, and draw for turn. Go ahead and clock to level. ahead and level one of my Merlins and draw 2. Let's see. So I think I'm going to start with a brainstorm, see what happens after that. Whiff. Let's see. 2 out. I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm again. Hit 1.
Alright.
And I will go ahead and grab the king, discard Climax Salvager, and go ahead and play him. On play mill 2. If there is a Climax amongst those milled, I can minus 1000 to one of his front row. And secondary effect, I'll play discard Climax to salvage. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of my lane combos. Save it for later. Go ahead and play another Merlin. Actually, no. I'm just gonna play the Elaine.
Sure.
And play 1k1.
Okay.
Go ahead and direct for 4.
Oh god. And I'm already out a lot of climaxes, so.
We'll see if we can stick some good damage here.
Okay, so I've got red incoming, so I kind of want to keep my leaf of counter, so instead, we're going to go ahead and level Gilthunder for green.
Okay. My center slot will attack for 4.
Oh my god. Can we not?
Oh boy.
I knew I was going to take damage. I didn't think I was going to take this much damage. So we're going to go ahead and level the bond.
We'll see if there's more where that's coming from. The lane climax combo, I will go ahead and activate. On attack, I can look at up to the top 4 cards of my deck and add up to 1 Britannia character. We'll add the Elaine and trigger for 3.
Please, one time. Oh.
Alright. That's a lot of damage.
Okay.
Right.
So you're out. You're out. How many climaxes?
I am out 5.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay. Draw. Oh, I wonder what I drew. All right. Well, I don't think I need a clock, considering I have so much hand, and I actually need to pay this out. So we're gonna go ahead and brainstorm.
Actually, stand the king.
Oh yeah, and then potentially get another card. Hit 1. Okay, so there is a card that I'm going to be looking out for the next turn. And it's not here, which means I can probably grab it off of my combo. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Deanna early play.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to oh baby a triple.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to go in with the combo.
Okay.
Okay. Can I check a waiting room, please?
Of course.
Okay. Going to go ahead and start by attacking here first, fronting and using the effect. So I have eight cards still, so I can open up my options a little bit more. We'll go one more. There's the card I wanted. So we're gonna go ahead and get the Elizabeth backup plan.
Great card, especially around level 2.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a front for 2.
Okay. 1, 2. 2's good.
Where are the sideways cards? Front attack. Use the effect again. I'm gonna add the bond level 3.
Okay.
This is going to be for gate. With that, I'm going to get Meliodas level 3. And this will be for 2.
Okay, and I will cancel. Going back with 5, missing 2 gates and 1 Goldbar.
Okay.
Here you go. Take a refresh point, and then character gets reversed.
Alright, then I'll front. It should be out all my climaxes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna mill myself down to 2 so that I have 1 for the trigger and 1 left in my deck. So that way this climax can go back in with the refresh. Ooh, that's a good card.
That's a good card.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab our Elizabeth level 2. And this is going to be for 3.
3. 1, 2, 3. 3 is good.
Okay, with the extra cards in my hand, I'm going to be discarding a Bond level 3 and a gate. And there are 7 climaxes in my waiting room now, missing the gate.
Sounds good. Draw for turn. I will go ahead and clock a Goldbar 2 level. I need green now, so I'm going to go ahead and level a Kill Thunder. And draw 2 cards. I think I'm going to start with the Brainstorm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the risk here is that I don't hit. That would be the worst case scenario, so I am actually going to play a Guild Thunder. The reason why I didn't play the Guild Thunder before my first Brainstorm was that I would have had plays if I hit, but that did not happen. So I'm going to go ahead and play a Guild Thunder and put a marker and then Brainstorm again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's very unfortunate. We just have to do the best that we can.
Okay.
And going to
The dreaded sideways card.
Yep. 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6 to your 6. Okay, so the Guild Thunder can challenge the middle lane. 5, 6. Okay, go ahead and play a 1-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go ahead and I'll front with the Guild Thunder here. Trigger 4-2.
Okay. Going back with the 7.
There you go.
Take. Refresh point. And we tie.
Yes. I will front here. Climax combo. Activate with the Diane.
Elaine.
Elaine. So we've gone through a ton of our deck without seeing a lot of climaxes. That being said, I do think I need a bit higher quality for actual cards, so I'm gonna keep going.
Wonder if Mike's gonna cancel next turn a bunch.
Though looking at my waiting room, I do have 3 of my level 3 kings already, so if I'm going to be looking for that card, there is only 1 copy left. Realistically, I would probably just rather try to hit Brainstorms next turn to try to get them. So I will actually stop and grab the level 0 pawn, and then trigger for 2.
1, 2, cancel.
Okay, and I think here I am much more concerned about actually hitting him to level 3. If I keep him at level 2, then he can early play Diane, which heals him back down further to lower levels of level 2. Though I think I'm going to side here and try to stick the 1 point of damage. Side for 1.
Take the 1. And so I need a level yellow, so we're gonna go ahead and level Meliodas.
Pass it to you.
Okay. How many are you out?
I am out 4. I'm out 4.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm out 3, sorry. 3 in waiting room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Draw for turn. Okay, we are going to go ahead and clock here since my plan is to play, start developing Meliodas onto the board. And I want to be able to get some cards and then heal it off. So we're going to go ahead and clock and then play our Meliodas, healing 1. He also gains 2,000 power if all my characters are Britannia, making him 11k. And we're going to add to that the 2/1 Elizabeth. So go ahead and play that here and then move some stuff around. I think this is pretty good. We'll go with this. So the Elizabeth gives 2,000 power to level 3 or higher characters in front of her, so bringing the Meliodas up to 13. But she also has an additional effect that gives Meliodas an additional 1,000 power and the ability during his battle. My opponent cannot deal damage to me with auto effects, making him 14k. Very, 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 very big, and
yeah, it's going to be a very hard card for me to deal with. Each lane that he does have the king up with Elizabeth on board does mean my level 3 finishers are ineffective because they all have burn effects.
Yeah. All right. And then we're going to go win with a gate climax, 1k1.
Okay.
So, let's start with the king. We're going to front here for 3. These are pretty likely to cancel though.
1, 2, 3. Cancel on 3.
Okay. And then we'll front here with the Meliodas for 3. 3 again.
1, 2. Cancel on 2.
And then we'll direct here. And I will use the combo. Let's see what we can get. Well, that's not what we're looking for. Oh, this is a pretty good one. I'll take the
good card.
free fresh counter. And then this is going to be for 3.
1, 2, 3. 3's good.
All right, cool. Managed to stick a little bit.
All right. And draw for turn. That is not a bad card to draw. All things considered.
How many cards in hand?
5.
Okay.
I am out 5 climaxes.
Yes.
I do have a lot of choices here. A lot of branches of play. I do have a couple climaxes left in my deck, so I can brainstorm, but that is very risky because if I hit another climax, then I can only salvage 1, and that would be out 3 the next refresh immediately. That also means that the climaxes will not go back. But I am going to start falling in resources behind very soon, especially if he starts playing more Meliodas. So I think I have to find a balance between trying to have enough attackers for the rest of the game, but at the same time trying to refresh well. I don't think there's ever a world here where we clock, so I think I'm just going to start with the level 0 bond that we got from our Clown Bowl last turn and see what it is. Okay. That is an interesting card.
Yeah, unfortunately, that plan you were talking about last turn about potentially being able to brainstorm back kings is
not really gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of play here where we can actually shuffle all the climaxes back, but that would involve me going neg in hand further, and I am already pretty low on resources. But he is also level 3 already, so if I can start doing chump swings for 1s for the rest of the game, that might be a viable strategy. Okay, so I'm going to leave the card on top, and then go ahead and push both my back row to the front.
Interesting.
And just going to attack 3 times. Okay, so I will go ahead and front with the bond for 2.
For 1?
Yeah, for 1, sorry, for 1.
Cancel? This is the line of play where you use bond to send 2 climaxes
activate
back?
bond. I will send 2 climaxes to the waiting room. first I'll refresh, but since I did look at cards with the bond effect, I add up to 1 Britannia and discard 1. Even though I did not add any Britannia characters, I still have to discard 1 for the effect, so that's what I meant by saying I need to go neg to refresh those climaxes back, but I think it's a worthy trade-off. So I'm going back with 7 climaxes.
Okay, and this brings you back. This after the discard is going to take you down to how much hand?
3 hand.
Wow. All right.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. And I discard.
What would be the?
I should
first?
have dished first. Yeah, I should have dished first and then refreshed.
Okay.
All right, and I'll go ahead and continue. I don't think there's a point in siding. I feel like I should probably just front, leave open direct lanes, try to have a higher chance of canceling. If I leave a character, he also does play 1 copy of the level 3 bond, which does have a climax combo on reverse, so I'm going to try to deny him that. Frontier, salvage. Alright, so those climaxes are coming back.
Take the 1, and we tie here.
Yes, and I will front here for 2.
1, 2, take 2.
And over 2.
Oh wow, what a draw. Alright, so now we're gonna show what 7 Deadly Sins can do with 4 stock. So we're gonna go ahead and start with a Dian. On play, I'm going to discard 1 card and heal to stock. We're going to play another Dian, paying 2, discarding a card and putting this into stock. Then we're going to play over the Dian with a Meliodas.
What a
heal
great
a
turn.
3rd time.
Healing 3 times for just 4 stock.
Yeah. That's a really big thing about 7 Deadly Sins. More specifically this deck, is that I feel like you really want to prioritize hand in this deck, because you are able to do a lot with very little stock. So the Dian comes in for basically 1 stock because she lets you refund 1, but you do have to discard a card in order to use that heal to stock, so it's better to have a big surplus of hand, in my opinion, than it is to have a lot of stock and not enough hand. So we're going to follow that up with the card that I just picked up off the top.
Ooh, that's going to be rough.
The big one. And it's time to start going in, so we're going to direct for 5, a big 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sticks, and I level. Going to go ahead. I don't need yellow, so I'm just gonna go and level the least relevant card, which here would be the level 0 king.
Okay, and now we are going to attack with the Meliodas. He does have a climax combo with the choice climax full counter. When he attacks, if I have a full board of 5 Britannia characters when I do this, he gains an additional 1,000 power, so he was already 14, and now he's going to be 15, 16 with the climax even. And he also gains the ability where when the character across from him attacks, any type of attack, front or side, I may pay 1 stock and deal 2 back to him. So this is going to be a direct for 4, 4.
1, 2, cancel on 2.
Okay, and then another Meliodas, and the same climax combo is going to activate. And this is going to be for lethal for 5.
Cancel on 1.
Okay. So on Mike's upcoming turn, due to the Elizabeth back row, if he plays any auto attack or auto effect burner in either of these 2 lanes, like his king finishers, they will not be able to burn because of the Meliodas here and here. And also, whenever whatever attacks here, I will be able to pay 1 and burn him back for 2.
Okay. How many climaxes do you have in your radar?
So I currently have 6 climaxes, 3 of each.
Okay.
And my deck is 6 cards.
Okay, I do not think I can afford... Well... I technically could not clock. That might be a play. But I am already 3 out in waiting room with 1 trigger in stock and 1 in hand. So there are only 3 climaxes left in my deck. Either way, it's not looking great. But what gives me the best chances of winning? I think this has to be the turn where I make the push. So all things considered, I'm going to clock and consider this my final turn. So I draw 2. That's a great draw. We are going to have to deal with this Meliodas though. He does have the anti-burn effect, so my king cannot climax combo when he's facing the king. We do run a card in the deck, the level 3, that can bounce any one of his characters, but the problem is actually finding that card in the first place.
Oh yeah, also one more thing. The Elizabeth, I didn't mention this earlier, but she also gives the Meliodas hexproof, so these cannot be bounced by the bounce that he's talking about, but he could, if he wanted to, bounce the Elizabeth herself.
So I will go ahead and just start with healing with the king. And I will, let's see, 1, 2... So I do have to keep in mind, if I do have the ultimate game plan of trying to go for a double king, that I need enough hand. I do not have a lot of hand right now. I could try to play my Gill Thunder to try to confirm a Brainstorm for 5, but playing the Gill Thunder also means I have less cards in hand. It can act as my third attacker. Realistically, if I play Gill Thunder, Brainstorm, hit 1, and it is also the level 3 bouncer, then I can play both those cards, play the Climax combo, but I would only have 1 card left in my hand, so I would not be able to burn to double combo anyways. So, with that train of thought in mind, I'm just going to do 1 Brainstorm. Or I'm just going to Brainstorm without the Gill Thunder. We are looking for the level 3 bouncer, but it is not here. So, we're actually probably going to go with an alternative game plan where we can go for the level 3 Bond and try to reverse his Diane. However, he does have the 2-1 Elizabeth refresh counter, which puts us Diane up to 11-5. Currently, my Bond will only be up to 11k, so I still need more resources and able to deal with that. It's a rough situation all around. That being said, I think I will still go with the Bond because he does have an on-play effect of draw 2, discard 1, and I just need to find some gas anywhere. So I will go ahead and salvage the Bond and then play him. On-play, draw up to 2 and discard 1. These do not do much for me. Not great.
Okay. He is also a 2-soul attacker, though, so...
He is.
Gives you the extra output.
Mm-hmm. Alright. It's looking pretty bleak, but we'll just have to go with what we have.
Okay.
So, knowing full well that the Bond will just not be big enough, I'm just going to go ahead and go with King instead.
Sounds like a plan.
And I'll play 1k1.
Alright.
So, I will go ahead and declare front with my Bond and give priority to Randall.
I will use my Meliodas effect, paying 1 when he attacks, and I will burn him for 2.
Okay, 1 cancel on 1.
Whoa.
And trigger for 4.
1, 2, cancel on 2.
Okay. That
How many are you out?
is not great. I am out 6.
Oh, so that's pretty unfortunate for the king because he does need to mill climaxes in order to use his ability.
I will go ahead and activate the effect anyways because if I want to have any chance of winning this game, I need to mill the rest of this damage out. So I will go ahead and pay 1, discard 1, and mill 6.
Oh, that was actually that's all 8.
Yeah, that's all 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead. He does get 2,000 power for activating Climax combo, so he is currently 13 to Randall's 2 Diane's 9. I'm going to trigger for 3.
1, 2, 3, cancel, and I will get reversed.
Mm-hmm. So we know the rest of this is clean. We know it. I know it. Randall knows it. I am 7 out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no point in not attacking here, because it's just going to be free damage either way, so I will go ahead and declare front.
Okay, I will use Meliodas' effect, pay 1, and burn for 2.
Burn 2. And trigger for 3.
1, refreshing with Ollie.
Go ahead.
Okay, oh, sorry.
No problem.
There we go. For 3.
3.
2, 3. Take it. Refresh point.
Okay. My characters are way lower than those Meliodas, so those get reversed, and I'll pass it to you.
Okay, let's go ahead and draw. Alright, so Mike has 1 card left in deck, and he's at 3/3, which means that I need 3 damage to win the game. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go for game this turn, so I'm going to clock this, and I'm actually going to try to get some more information through maybe a card like King Climax Swap. Unfortunately, I did not draw King Climax Swap, so we will just be going in
Blind.
raw here, basically. So what I am actually going to do is give myself more potential opportunities for lethals, and the way I'm going to do that is by using this event, Goddess Amber. I need a Britannia character to play it, and I pay 1, and I choose one of my opponent's level 3 or lower characters anywhere on stage and send it to memory. I'm going to send a king.
Okay.
So what this is going to do is it's going to give me more lanes to potentially hit for exactly 3 damage. So unfortunately, I do not have another 2-soul attacker, so I'm going to have to play basically a random level 0, but on the off chance that I trigger on this attack, I will be able to go in for 3 on that attack as well. So with nothing else really to do, let's just go in. So let's direct here with Meliodas for 3.
Okay, if any of these 3 stick, I will...
Well, this one I need to trigger on.
Yeah, but if any 3 sticks, I will lose, so I need to cancel these. I am going back with 8, so I do have a chance. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Here you go.
Okay.
And finish the damage. 2, cancel 1.
Oh
Ooh.
boy.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and... I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it? The trigger's here?
Alright,
so I really want to... Well, ideally I cancel all 3, but I am okay with taking this attack.
Oh
boy.
Correct order. Direct for 3.
4?
3.
Oh no. 1, 2, 3.
And that's
it.
it.
That's the game. Good game.
Yeah.
So that was a gameplay video featuring the 2 7 Deadly Sins decks. As you could see there, I was actually really pressured into making suboptimal plays because of the presence of the level 3 Meliodas. Super strong card. Really limiting my options. I could not burn with my level 3 finishers the way I wanted to. Yeah, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think that this game in particular showcased the power of the not only the Meliodas himself, but what you're able to do in this deck with a lot of hand, but not a lot of stock, because you are able to get a lot of healing done. As you saw, I was able to take a lot of early damage and still come back with a lot of cheap healing power and good sustain. So
yeah, one of the great things about that particular build is you can spend a lot of hand resources around the level 2 to level 3 game, the mid game, to start healing really effectively with the level 3 Dianes. But the level 3 Meliodas doesn't actually need any extra hand. So you could go down to a medium-sized hand, heal a bunch, and then if you get to level 3, you can still play multiple Meliodas, have a low amount of hand, but that still is full effectiveness on your board for the Meliodas, since his Climax combo, his effects, they don't need any hand to go off.
Yeah, I believe the way I put it when we were discussing it earlier is this deck wants hand, hand, hand until it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it just wants stock.
Yep, and you're absolutely okay with just having like 0 to 1 hand, even if that means, or you are okay with having like the full board setup, even if that means you have a 0 to 1 hand, because you don't need hand in order to activate all the effects on the board. That is the power of the level 3 Meliodas. Alright guys, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Take care.